I'm recording now, so shh. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Slime Boss here, and welcome back to the Crazy Cat Podcast, Week 2 of Quarantine Mode. What up? I guess. I don't know how else to say this. Welcome back. This week we are going to be we're going to be ranking the Paper Mario games. So, yeah. Again, like the Mario Karts, there's too many. Well, actually, there's not that many of them this time around. Okay. But it's still there's not that many of them. But I think even though we haven't played them all, I think it's still pretty interesting to talk about them because I think Paper Mario is probably the second most controversial series to date. It's either that, Smash, or Pokemon, one of the three. So yeah. But as per usual, before we get into that, I am joined by Reverse Mailman and Ryujet. I forgot to say that. Don't know why. I'm kind of off-put because we're not in our studio. So,
also, we're on a bit of a time crunch.
Yeah. So anyway, this week's Discord shoutout is Mr. Toad the Gamer's Discord server. So again, Nintendo related. He's a YouTuber. Check him out. Both his channel and his Discord will be in the link in the description. So that's Mr. Toad the Gamer. Also, don't forget that we are on Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio.
Hey guys, Editing Slime Boss here. It's been a while, hasn't it? I have opted to cut out the news portion of these videos, specifically because 1, they're outdated, and 2, most of the news stuff will be replaced by me and Hylian's sister podcast, Fairy Fountain. So don't forget to check that out. And I'm sorry if you're looking forward to our banter about the news, but it's irrelevant. Moving on.
Alright, are you guys ready to rank the Paper Mario games? So do you guys want to go round robin again, or do you want us to just state our lists and then talk about it?
I feel like we should go round robin.
So
because
number 6.
I think we all have the same number 6.
No. I definitely not.
Oh,
if you said Color Splash, I will slap you.
I did not say Color Splash for number 6.
Okay. Alright, so I'll just start off. We'll just go on my screen right now, and what it's going to be recording, it's going to be me, Liam, and Jet is underneath me. So let's just go that way. Because usually I like to ask you guys what order to go in because, me and Jet are in the same room, so it's just confusing. So I'll just go first. So my number 6 is actually Paper Mario. Or Paper Mario 64. Yeah. So it's not because it's a bad game. By any means is it a bad game. It's just not... Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door really sort of defined what Paper Mario should be, and so Paper Mario is just sort of backlogging it. But I based it off of different ideas. So obviously the gameplay and the graphics. Of course, it's the N64 game. It's not going to be too good, but Mario 64 still holds up today. But I honestly prefer another game over this because of the graphics alone. So I'll let Liam say it is 6 now.
Alright. Well, I can't really say anybody could really disagree with me, but number 6, obviously Sticker Star, dude.
Nah, see, Sticker Star is okay. So Paper Mario isn't bad, but it's the first Paper Mario game. Sticker Star isn't, completely horrible. I mean, the music's great. The graphics are great. The only problem that I had with the game, because a lot of people look at it as Paper Mario 4 instead of looking at it as a new take on Paper Mario, and that's what sort of makes me upset by it because it's not a bad game by any means. You have to look at it objectively. because you're like, oh, this battle system is garbage. But to me, the battle system was fun. It's just sort of a backward system. There's a lot of things that needed to be fixed with it, and I think Origami King and Color Splash did fix those things. One problem that I hate about it is the desert area. I hated the desert area. That was the worst part of the game. So
You played Sticker Star, right? You did play that?
yeah, I played. The only games I didn't play are TTYD, Origami King, and the original game.
Okay, I played Sticker Star, Origami King, and Super Paper Mario. Those are the 3 games I played.
Those
and
3 are
as
happening.
I played Sticker Star, just really gotta say, not a very fun game in my opinion.
I think it's pretty fun, but that's why I prefer Color Splash over Sticker Star, because they basically fixed all the problems that Color Splash had, at least in my opinion.
Sticker Star has one of my favorite songs, like Paper Kamek's theme. That's the best. But that's
God damn
the
it.
only thing that's the only thing I like about it. that Boomer's theme, just like it's the good part. That's the only good part. Like I don't like the battle system. I mean,
yeah, but we're also looking at it as a battle system. Like, that's another thing too. Like, what if it's not intended to be like a traditional RPG battle system? Like, a lot of people look at it as like, this is what it's supposed to be, and it's not doing that right.
Well, of course it's not a traditional RPG battle system. It's different. But it doesn't, like, the purpose of battles is to, like, that's usually the main meat of the whole, that's kind of what the whole meat was. I mean, sure, there were some puzzles in the overworld, but those puzzles weren't very fun either, and took a super long time, involved a lot of backtracking, and instead of just walking everywhere, there's usually like some meat in there, which would be the battle system. This battle system encourages me not to do the battle system, and that's not very fun to me.
In my opinion, I always wanted, whenever I saw an enemy on the field, I always wanted to go for them. Even if it meant nothing, I still had fun enough with the battle system that I would want to just play to play the battle. Like, I didn't care what I got out of it. Not to mention coins. If you're going for 100%, which I don't recommend you do, coins are a godsend when to collect all the stickers and stuff. So anyway.
Yeah, but unless you're going for 100%, which I didn't. I never even tried. I never even considered.
I haven't either.
I didn't have very much fun playing it. Never considered it.
I haven't finished it because I soft locked myself. I mean, I could reset the game if I wanted to, but basically I had no money, and I had I had played the game for like 24 hours prior, so I didn't want to play anymore. So I basically had 0 money, and Bowser used all of my stickers. So all I had left was Kirsty, and Kirsty didn't do anything for me. So, all right, Jet, what is your number 6?
No.
Sticker Star. Can't really say anything about it.
Sticker Star. Desert wasn't fun.
I hated the desert.
Jungle wasn't fun. It was really, that fish going into the water was the most annoying part ever.
What about the best character, Wiggler? He's just a boy. He's trying his best.
Move on.
Okay, my number 5 is Paper Mario Sticker Star. Okay, what's your number 5, Leah?
All right. My number 5 is Color Splash.
Why? What's wrong with Color Splash?
Okay, well, I didn't really play it, and I played Sticker Star. So maybe.
So you're just saying it's Sticker Star 2, and you haven't even played it.
No, that's not why. I never owned a Wii U.
Okay.
So I'm putting it up there because I don't know. It's super simple. I watched a little bit of I've seen a couple like really funny things from there, and I really like those
Yeah, no,
really funny things.
see, the problem with Color Splash is that it's a good game, the graphics are amazing, the music is amazing, but my main gripe with the game is that, my main gripe with the game is that the jokes are really good and the writing is amazing, but like every 5 seconds, Huey will come out and say, "Ha, paper!" Like, the paper jokes are fine, but whenever you have to come out every 5 seconds just to say, "Ha, paper," that's a little annoying.
Yeah, like there's just this one thing I saw online, by far one of the funniest things I've seen. Just, I guess Mario went to jail at some point, and there was just this I think it was a shy guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Said, "I can't do anything worse to you while keeping this G-rated."
Oh yeah. Alright, Jet, what is your number, what is it? 4.
5, I think.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, number 5.
Origami King.
What? Okay.
Didn't expect that.
Haven't played it yet, so
Yeah.
frankly, about 6 to, I think, 3 are interchangeable.
Okay. Well, my number number 4 is also Origami King, and I wanted to talk about this. It's a very good game, but I haven't played it yet. And obviously, it's not as bad as Paper Mario or Sticker Star. So, it's not a bad game. I just haven't played it yet. Another thing that I don't really care for the battle system too much. It's a good battle system, better than Color Splash and Sticker Star before, but I don't get it. It seems really complicated.
Oh.
And I'm horrible at puzzles.
It becomes a lot less complicated once you play the game. It really is just like get them in a line or make them a square. That's the extent of the battle system. It's like one big puzzle, and puzzles can be difficult sometimes.
I'm just bad at puzzles. So, all right, go ahead. And what's your number 4?
My number 4. Now, as much as I don't like putting it down here as much, haven't played it yet, but the very first Paper Mario game, Paper Mario 64. I mean, it's the first one. It paved the way for.
Did you say page?
I said paved.
I thought you said it paved the page. I was like,
It paved the way towards like a lot of other Paper Mario. Like if this didn't happen, Paper Mario's wouldn't have happened. And I usually like to put those up higher, but honestly, Super Mario RPG came first. And it's also, from what I've heard, very, very similar to the 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's Squeenix. It's Square Enix's sort of like Square Enix can never make a bad RPG in my opinion.
Yeah, they can't. But the thing is, Paper Mario, the first one, took a lot from RPG.
So, it was supposed to be Super Mario RPG 2. That's what the original name for it was. So.
Yeah, Paper Mario 64 is technically Super Mario RPG 2. So it's not really the first one. It's the first Paper Mario game. Gotta give it props for that.
Yeah.
And it's also, like, I haven't played it, but it's probably a pretty good game. I mean, it's the first one. I haven't heard really anything bad about it other than 1,000-Year Door is better.
Yeah. There's nothing bad about it, but it's just like it's more of a definitive. It's even though it's not the same game by any means, you're not really missing out too much on like story if you because like 1,000-Year Door is very, very similar to the original game. Partners, store, like locales, things like other than like the main area of the game. It's very reminiscent of the original game. Like you go to a plains area, like a beach or a private island or whatever. It's very reminiscent of the original game. So it's like you're not missing out on anything if you don't play the original game. You might as well just play 1,000-Year Door, which has a very dark, deep story. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
It's just it wasn't the first one. Well, I mean, it was the first one. I mean, like, and on top of that, they just decided not to go with that system anymore later, which still confuses me a little bit.
Did you read about why? Did you read about why?
Oh yeah, like
Because they wanted to stray away from the Mario and Luigi games. They literally,
they did.
yeah, they didn't want to
And
be
they
the same.
And Super Paper Mario was originally supposed to be on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be a spin-off.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a spin-off.
The funny thing is that Paper Mario was the one that killed Mario and Luigi. So, you know what? So basically, Paper Mario Sticker Star came out. It did really well actually, but it was received poorly. Basically, and then they took the assets from Paper Mario and Paper Mario Sticker Star and put it in Paper Jam because they thought, oh, Paper Mario is the most successful it's been. Let's do a crazy crossover. First of all, it was horrible. I'm sorry, Alpha Dream, but Paper Jam was horrible. And they also did it off of Sticker Star, so no one wanted to buy it because they're like, oh, this is Sticker Star. This is another Sticker Star thing. So then ultimately that made them lose money, and they're like, oh, let's make a remake. But they put it on the 3DS in 2018 when we already had the Switch. So they made a lot of poor marketing decisions after that, but Paper Mario was the one that snowballed it. So they wanted to stray away from Mario and Luigi, but they ultimately killed it.
Yeah, I mean,
You
just
say I mean a lot.
huh?
You say I mean a lot. Just pointing that out.
Yeah.
All right, Jet, what is your number? What are we on, 4?
I've Color Splash. Pretty much this my entire life is interchangeable because
You still have a Wii U, get it. Color Splash is the second best one. Do it. Well, spoilers. It's not the second best one. What am I talking about?
It's got a bunch of good ones in there. I mean, it's got
doing a sort of renovation in my room, so it's kind of complicated and a bad time.
Isn't your Wii U
right
at your
now.
dad's house anyway?
It's not at Dad's house, but I'm doing a sort of renovation in my room, so I don't really have a place to put the Wii U.
Okay. All right. So my number. All right. Top 3. Woo. Okay. My number 3 is The 1,000-Year Door. So I haven't played it, but I have watched it, and from what I've seen, it's so like I said before, it's Paper Mario, but like 10 times better. The story is nice. You know, Vivian is Vivian. It's again, like I said, Paper Mario started something, and 1,000-Year Door sort of perfected it. And honestly, I don't think that they could have done anything better unless they completely changed it. Like that's why Super Paper Mario is also probably just as good, if not better. But the problem is that it's not an RPG anymore. It's based off of the 1,000-Year Door system and stuff like that. But because it was 2D, they completely flipped the system. And it, even though it's still a good game, it's completely turned Paper Mario on its head. So like I said, 1,000-Year Door perfected what is Paper Mario, and I don't think they could have done it any better.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would like to go and play that game someday, but I just can't. Don't got a GameCube.
Mm-hmm. I don't have one either.
Canada.
I need to get a GameCube too, but if you ever like somehow invest into like a better computer, you can just play the emulator as well. You can also if you have like an old console that you don't use, like a Wii or something. Well, I guess you still have your old Wii, you can play your GameCube games on it. But if you hack it, if you homebrew your Wii, you can get an emulator and play GameCube games on it, I think.
Maybe.
I just homebrewed my 2DS, so pretty cool.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Maybe I'll learn how to do that one day.
Yeah, it's actually not that complicated from what I found out, but it's just be careful. Just be careful because you might break your thing. All right, what's your number 3?
All right, my number 3 is the 1,000-Year Door.
Whoa. All right, Jet, what is your number 3? Oh, wait, did you have something to say about it different?
I mean, they got Kid Yoshi in there, and they got a Babam
Yosha!
that lost his wife.
Who?
They got a baby Yoshi in there, and they got a Babam that lost his wife, Admiral Bobbery.
Oh, God. Okay. So there's this one character that I hate in the game. You know, and this character is actually, ironically, is a Bean Bean from Mario and Luigi. He is the bartender of Rogueport, if you don't know who he is. Basically, he's connected to both Admiral Bombery and also some lady in Twilight Town, which is what it's called. Not Kingdom Hearts, but it's Twilight Town. He is a jerk for doing this, by the way. So, his wife gave, I think his wife left Admiral Bombery. I think that's what happened. Because he was so.
His wife like died and like sent him a letter.
Oh yeah. So sent him a letter, or well, she gave the bartender the letter and said give it to him. He didn't have the guts to give it to him. He didn't do it for like years and years. And then here's the other thing too. There is this girl that lives in Twilight Town that they were dating for a while, but she still likes him, and they still have some sort of relationship, but he doesn't have the guts to talk to her anymore. She already has 4 kids that are always, like, that are pains to her. Like, they're, like, little devil children, because, I mean, they're literally from Twilight Town, but he does not have the guts to talk to her again. And one of the troubles in the game is that you have to, like, repatch the relationship, and he won't do anything about it. It's so weird. And this is some secondary minor character. That tells you how good this game is. A secondary minor character has importance to some of the characters in the game, and he's just a jerk.
The guy does not sound like a very fun guy to hang around.
I know. And he's like super depressed all the time too. Anyway, what is your number 3?
His was 1,000. Wait.
Jet.
Oh, no, wait.
What's your number 3?
Hmm?
What's your number 3?
The original Paper Mario.
Okay.
That's it. Just
Okay.
I'm number 2.
All right.
The original Paper Mario.
My number 2 is Paper Mario Color Splash because I love that game. I don't like the card system is okay, but it's I think I prefer the sticker system better. Because you have to you waste paint resources on the cards. Anyway, the game's really good. The mechanics are mind-blowing. The graphics are amazing. The music is amazing. There's one scene in particular where I think you go into a washing machine and you go into like a mirror world, which is so cool. There's just so many unique ideas in it. You even go into like a Mario 3 style level, Super Mario Bros. 3, and you basically press a button and you go into 3D. What game does that sound like? Super Paper Mario. So it's a double reference. So good. Also, it's really satisfying to paint everything, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah.
Origami King has something pretty similar to that.
Yeah. They have question mark blocks, toads, and confetti.
Yeah.
That's why I want to play Paper Mario Origami King too. Is that there's just so many things to do collectibles wise, and it's satisfying to get 100%. Because Sticker Star is not a game you should casually 100%. Anyway, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Origami King.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Origami King? Origami King is pretty fun, dude. Like, it's like it's got a bunch of similarities to like Sticker Star and Color Splash, but it just really feels like it's actually like fun and stuff. Like
You know,
the battles, a lot of them are like a lot of battles are optional, so you just skip those. But there's a lot of like mandatory battles, and no battle really feels like a waste of time.
yeah, and it's
Because
also more of
the-
like a puzzle because there's like a lot of required battles in the game. Like even if they're just common enemies, they just ambush you.
yeah.
And so it's more or less a puzzle rather than like an obstacle or a grinding thing. And you get tons of coins for it too. Yeah.
And in my opinion, puzzles are like the best parts of like RPGs but like you've got like strategy and stuff. You're trying to big brain your way into figuring out how to win instead of like pressing the A button faster or
Yeah.
making a very specific movement as fast as you can.
Who is the better partner? Kirsty, Huey, or what's her name? Olivia?
Olivia. I don't know because I didn't play Color Splash, but I know Olivia's
He's a
better
paint
than
bucket.
Fritzy.
I would definitely have to say Huey is better than Olivia or Kirsty. But another thing I wanted to say, have you finished it?
I have.
You know what Ollie's main motives were whatever?
Oh, yeah,
There are too many toads. There are too many toads. He wanted to kill all the toads.
No, those aren't his main motives. He does want to commit toad genocide, but that's only because he's racist against a specific toad. One toad made him mad, and now he's racist.
I mean, the funny thing is that it's supposed to be like a meta commentary towards like the Paper Mario Color Splash haters. There are too many toads.
Yeah.
All right, Jet, what is your number 2? He has to go soon, so.
Oh yeah.
I haven't really seen the full game, but 1,000 Year Door.
That's
Fair.
your door.
Yeah.
Fair.
Has a really good battle system, and I think that.
Vivian is best girl? Or, well,
I don't know who that is.
Vivian?
Isn't that like
That's the Shadow Siren.
lady?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's a lady. Well, yeah, she is, but she's transgender.
What?
Yeah, she's transgender. Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, because I didn't play the game.
Well, it's not like it's implied. Because sometimes they refer to her as a he and back and forth. So, all right. I'll send you a picture of who Vivian is if you don't. I don't know how you don't know who that is, but all right.
Hang on, Jet. What's your favorite part of the 1,000 Year Door? You're the only
He said
one who
battle
actually played
system.
it.
I
The
have
battle
not
system?
played 1,000 Year Door.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you said okay.
I said I've seen it.
Oh.
Oh, you've seen it. Oh, okay.
All right,
Yeah,
number
yeah.
ones. Yay, number ones. Drum roll.
Oh, we all have the same number 1, don't we? I don't think there's one game none
Alright.
of us have mentioned. I don't
Okay,
think.
let's say it all at the same time, okay? If we can. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Super Paper Mario. Okay. So, let me just list off a couple of things that are good about it. Mr. L, the alien from that one chapter. I don't know what the name is. The guy in Squirt. It's Squirt. The guy that's in the toilet at the beginning of that chapter. Francis.
That's Fleep.
Fleep. Tippy. Tiptron. Yeah, going to hell. Black.
The Queen of the Afterlife.
Flopside, which is an
Or
interesting
reactions
mechanic.
From the apple.
I can play as Luigi.
Dementio being the best, not the most powerful, but the best video game villain, in my opinion.
Man, the only way they could have improved this is if they had Waluigi in it.
I know.
Only way.
No, they just need to do an HD remake on Switch. Let's go, HD remake on or Paper Mario All Stars, so that we can finally play Thousand Year Door.
I just need.
Maybe make freaking make the characters appear. I was gonna say make the characters' appearances.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Like, be able to play as Luigi, Mr. L, but that's
Yeah, Mr. L, like all these characters that were introduced in this game are just gone, never again.
how much checker chair.
I kind of hope
Honestly,
if
the
Dementio,
story for this
if
was
if
so good.
if Dementio comes to Mario Kart Tour, then I'm gonna play it. I'll play it for real. I'll spend all my money to find him.
I don't care too much about the characters as much. Like I love Black. I don't need to see
What's his
them,
name?
but I need just some
Blumiere.
semi sequel
Yeah.
of some kind.
I
Maybe
don't think that
Luigi's
they'll
Rebellion
ever do a
plays
direct.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was just so good. Like
This is-
Bowser and Peach get married at the beginning. Luigi is a villain. You can play as Bowser.
I mean, they did the same thing. They did the same thing in Odyssey, so it's
Yeah,
not. It's not as like, what's the
True
word?
originality. Super Paper Mario did it first.
Yeah. Yeah, Super Paper Mario did it first.
But dude, like their wedding plays like it's not just a thing at the beginning. Like it plays some impact on the story.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, it's not just the story that you play through. There's also those mini little blurbs that happen in between chapters, and
Dude,
the
Jumping
Blumiere
off
and
the-
Timpani story. Yeah, or there's just
there's
so many
there's a
things.
video. Oh, chapter 1 kind of boring. It's the planes, but you get the ability to switch between 2D and 3D. That's supposed to be the main mechanic, sort of, but it's
Mhm.
not really. The puzzles are pretty fun in this game, except for the one at the very end in the like prehistoric one.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's
Prehistoric.
Oh, wait, chapter 1 even goes into a desert. It's not even just
Yeah.
plains.
Well, World
What was
One
chapter-
is like generic Mario fare, or like at least for the like the first few chapter, or what are they called, semi chapters, whatever. But then
chapter two has slavery in it.
Yeah.
Chapter three has
a
has-
retro Mario reference.
You get Bowser. There's a nerd. There's an invisible chameleon nerd in there.
Yeah,
Then
but
there's-
also if you look at it on the surface, you know, you're like, oh, this is like the sticker star. There's like individual levels or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. That's fine or whatever. But they're actually seamless, first of all, and also the game
feels like its
turns.
own game.
Yeah. And the whole thing flips you on its head around chapter 6 or 7 because they completely throw the chapter system out the window. Yeah, it's called chapter 6 or chapter 7, but you have to go back into chapter 6, and it basically, from chapter 6 to chapter 9 is all, or well, chapter 9 is all basically one whole thing because you die.
Chapter 4 is like the first one with any kind of backtracking,
Yeah,
and that's only to get like a fishbowl or something.
yeah.
Like I found that a little bit annoying, but it was kind of nice to see the fish jump in.
Not to mention the collectibles and, you know, the badges are back. There's like a Pokemon card type system.
Play Mr. L.
You can play as Luigi.
You can play as Luigi.
And
Good point.
But Mr. L's the bad guy. Well,
your point.
ooh, you know what what they could have done actually is they could have made it so that you could play as the bad guys as well. Like if they maybe let's say they made a remake of this game, and you know how like in Mario and Luigi they have the Bowser Jr.'s journey, and that you get to play as like the villains that even though they weren't in the original game, they sort of still tie into like the main story.
First.
What? Sonic Adventure 2.
You can do that too.
Well, a little different. But basically, what if they were to remake this game and they add a sub-story? Because the game is perfect enough on its own, but they need to add some sort of substance to make it, well, I don't... Knowing Nintendo right now, I don't think that they would. If they did, then they could add some sort of side story or like second game for you to play, where you get to play as Dementio or Mr. L and sort of see the inner workings of like why Dementio wanted to take over Blumiere or Count Bleck.
Spoilers. You
Yeah.
should be it yourself.
Sorry, I said Blumiere. It's been how many years since this game has been out?
I don't know.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
All right. Well, every
I can't
chapter
do it.
feels so different. I didn't like chapter 5. That was probably my least favorite one. That's the prehistoric one. Chapter 6 is honestly where it starts to get really good.
Yeah.
That's the samurai one.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Is that the samurai one, you're like, oh, it's just a normal old chapter. You have to fight all these things, do whatever.
Dude,
But no.
Even
no.
Chapter 6, I thought it was going to be cool. Like, I mean, it seems pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you just fight 100 battles, and that seems like it could get boring after a while. But it was already super different from the
But they
other
threw a
dramatic
curveball.
chapters.
Not to mention
Yeah,
that you can actually
suddenly
go
Mario
back.
failed.
Yeah, you can actually go back and play through the game to get some secrets, which, by the way, the secrets are really good. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but you can basically play the chapter like normal if you wanted to. But in the main game, the game just throws you a curveball. Mario loses, essentially.
Yeah, and then you fight Mr. L.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dementio kills you.
Yeah.
Well, he kills Luigi first, but you do die and go to hell. You die and go to hell. That's World 7.
I didn't get past World 7 in my original playthrough because I thought the clouds were too confusing. I think I stopped right before like the apple stuff.
Oh, dude, the Apple stuff is the most annoying parts of the game to me were specifically the flower puzzle, because I didn't realize you had to blow up the thing that had no indication that it could be blown up.
Mm.
Then there was that thing in World 7 where you fight the 3 chain chomps of different colors.
Oh yeah, that's regular RPG battle.
Surprisingly
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, that was really hard.
All right.
I didn't use items a whole lot. But
All right.
World 8. Just it's everything is a puzzle. The whole place is a puzzle, and it gets really hard. And you're going through this really spooky place, and all the enemies are really tough. And your party is slowly dwindling down until you have to beat up freaking Luigi. Again.
Yeah. Well, we got to wrap it up here. I got to go. Jet's got to go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I thought it was a pretty good discussion. We all love Super Paper Mario, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't played any of the Paper Mario games like ourselves, we should all definitely finish the Paper Mario series on our own time. What are you doing? But anyway, we will be back in the studio next week if you get tested again. So we'll see you guys then, and thank you guys so much for watching.
I haven't shown it.
Yeah. Adios.
I don't know if that's what I had. Yeah. My mom also had ammonia, and if I don't have anything, it'll be